Hello, welcome back. Today I will be watching and maybe commenting on Aurora's question and answer period. This is after she did a concert in New York. I noticed that there's other concerts that seem to be appearing. I don't know if she's actually doing them now or they're earlier concerts, or she went from New York to Mexico, because I see there's one from Mexico that just popped up. So I guess maybe she's just doing her tour or something. I don't, I have no idea of the track, trying to track her and so on. I don't know where she is, what she's doing. I don't follow any artists that closely, and I'm just basically a passive watcher, meaning whatever appears, unless someone specifically asks for it. And that's something that actually with the membership program would be cool too, right? The members can actually ask me a specific or have certain suggestions, and I'll try my best to do something with that if I can. And yeah, so but this one here is sort of it's always interesting. Question and answers with Aurora is always interesting, so here we go.
Hello there. Aurora here, live to you from Terminal 5. I just had a show. It was amazing. I can smell the show on myself, which is not so amazing. But I'm feeling very happy. New York is just fantastic, and you guys were fantastic tonight. So thank you so much. But then
I love her because the way she diffuses her nervousness through comedy, through her sense of humor. It's actually quite cute.
I thought I wanted to reach out with help from my friends here at Twitch, to talk a bit to you guys at home that couldn't make.
Twitch is another platform, I'm guessing, right? Like TikTok and other things like that. I have no idea what they are.
So I'm gonna answer some of your questions,
okay,
and I'm very excited to do
Start.
that. Question number 1. If you could meet any person, alive or not, who would it be? Oh, okay, that's very exciting. I think I would love to meet John Lennon.
Wow.
And I would love to meet Leonard Cohen as well.
Wow, that's another one.
And Edith Piaf.
Okay, hold on. So there's a little bit of a connection here. Well, I can understand. Let's see, Leonard Cohen, I already know. John Lennon, I was surprised she mentioned him first. And like I said, I did I sort of commented on the song Imagine from John Lennon, in which I think I put a link in the description in the previous videos that I did. It's also in my playlist, The Greats. It's not one of the videos that received a lot of views, so it's amazing. I always find it amazing that I think maybe that's what part of the playlist problem is, because a playlist basically means that it's just recommending songs from that playlist one after the other. So it does something like narrows, funnels, people into one direction only, as opposed to have a more general overview of what's happening. So if I put something in a playlist, now that I think about it, basically the next recommendation will be from that playlist. I think that's the way it works. So people don't actually see the other playlists or the other videos. So maybe that's maybe putting stuff in a playlist may not be that great, because it only touches upon those people that are interested specifically on one artist or one more specific subject. I'm not sure that's actually the best way, or it's the best way in the sense of in the sense of for the algorithms to promote and get more views. But generally speaking, it's not necessarily the best thing in the sense of a more holistic idea of what's going on with all the other artists, you know. Anyway, or the other subject matters, or so on. So, So John Lennon. So I wonder. I don't know.
And also like my grandparents.
Sure,
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, that's where you came from,
that's
right?
Definitely. So only dead people. That's the only people I want to meet.
She's too funny.
What are the 3 most important qualities
Like
you look?
that's something that when she says she enjoys herself, her sense of humor. She enjoys herself, you know. She enjoys herself. She what did she say once? She said I don't remember. Anyway, whatever she said, it's part of that, right? Because she's actually, you know, like as she's saying all the different people that she would want to meet, she realizes that they're all dead people, and she makes the comment, yeah, all dead people. She's making sort of fun of herself, you know, and laughing at herself, which is really, 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 really cool, you know.
For in a friend or date.
What? Hold on.
I think.
Hold on a second. Oh, hold on.
Qualities you look for in a friend.
Now this is actually quite interesting, you know, because I believe just Julie is somebody that would comment on my one of my other previous videos. Well, she usually comments on stuff, and hopefully I think she's a subscriber, hopefully a member, future member as well, and she asked this question. She told me she asked this question, and that's her YouTube name or whatever it's called, you know. Just Julie. And the question is, what are the 3 most important qualities you look for in a friend or date?
I think I don't know. It's always a new thing every time with people that makes me fall in love with them, or be fond of them, or want to be their friend, I guess. I like when people are kind, when people see each other. And I mean like really see each other. And you know those people who can look at you and say, "Are you okay?" Because they can sense small things. I really like that in humans when they do that, because it's very beautiful. And I like awkward people and clumsy people. I like shy people and also outgoing people. I like weird people and introverts. People who are depressed. I love people who don't know who they are. They're always very fascinating to me. I like being inside a very fun tornado.
That includes everybody.
I just like people, I guess. Yeah, I know that was a very vague answer. I apologize sincerely. Love, Aurora.
Yeah, she does it. She answers like a letter, you know.
What was your motivation for choosing Greek mythology as the theme for your new album? Oh. Well, I am really fascinated of history and of people, and a religion and dreams, and the way we did we philosophied, the way the philosophers thought back in the days. I just think asking questions about life and life after death, life before death, meaning of life, the right and wrong in life, the beauty and the ugly in life. I think it's so important to keep asking and not necessarily require an answer, because when we keep asking for answers, then we keep learning and evolving, and I think that's a very beautiful trait in humankind. And Greek mythology I love because I love that they didn't remove the divine, and that they didn't remove God from here and put him away. I love that they could look at a woman and see both a god, a goddess, and a woman. And they could look at the tree and see something divine and nature. And they could look at a man and see a man and a god. And I like the idea of seeing the divine and beauty in everything around us, even in ourselves. And also, I really love that Greek mythology have even a god who is non-binary, hermaphrodite, which is really cool. So yeah, there are many reasons to be inspired and intrigued by Greek mythology. I also like their love for wine.
I don't remember that. I think she just added that one. But obviously they drank wine. I don't think when they wrote it they had other types of. No, maybe they did. I don't know. But generally, I think in those days wine was a thing, right? But she is too much. She's so funny. And anyway, look at that picture. The glass is almost bigger than her. It's so funny. Anyway, but it's interesting, the mythology thing that she's really into, and she's right. There's so much in there in the Greek mythology that you can get so much out of it from different perspectives, and I can see how it could inspire so many different types of songs. So. Yeah, and for each person, it would inspire different things, Like, I think I would be interested in maybe other things that in the Greek mythology than Aurora. And you may be interested in something else, And there's always something in there that's quite fascinating.
When you are on tour, do you have time to do things for fun? Like explore the city. Did you do anything for fun in New York? Yes, I've done so much fun. And it depends. Some days you wake up and you know that I'll have no other chance in life today than just to simply work with myself or stay in bed. Or, it's hard to have the energy and motivation to do anything. And I think we all know how that feels. And sometimes I feel like that on tour, and then I just stay in my room and I try to get something to eat. And that's really fun. I never demand anything more of myself if that's all I can do. That's very important. Wow. And it's important, I think, not to blame yourself when you don't have the energy or motivation to do things.
That's very much from an artist's point of view, because a lot of people don't have a choice. And because of the way society is structured, a lot of people don't have a choice in the sense of like they have to do what they have to do, regardless of how they feel. But I understand where she's coming from, and this is the way society should be more like,
But I do get time to see things sometimes, and I'm mostly passionate about food. And so I make sure to eat at as many places. I eat like Merry and Pippin in Lord of the Rings. Second breakfast, third breakfast, first dinner, second dinner, and supper, and then whatever you eat after supper.
Okay, I didn't know she was. She actually sounds like she's a fan of Lord of the Rings as well, right? Which makes sense, the fantasy type of stuff, and so am I, and it's something that I grew up with, and I really liked it, and there was like an animated movie made, and I really, really liked it, and when Peter Jackson made the trilogy, it seemed to me that he very much used as a template the animated version, that only the animated version was only actually a book and a half of the trilogy. And then they didn't make the second part, which was of that in the same way, They made something else later on, but it was nothing like the first part. The first part was really good in the animated sense. And it's almost like if you see that and you see then the Peter Jackson version, it's so similar, it's incredible. And I really liked it. Actually, I think what I did is, on a personal level, I actually had like a family get together, in the sense of like I would have my nieces and nephews, and I would invite them for every year that the movie would come out of the theaters, and we'd all get together and go out. And usually that was the Christmas type of gift, of togetherness that we had. And I still watch it, I think almost every Christmas, The Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. Yeah. So it's quite nice, actually, I find, during that time of the year,
I was wondering, which is your favorite plant? Do you have a favorite type of flower? I like lavender, because of the abilities lavender possess, and I also like. What do I like? I may have to think a bit more about that answer, but I like lavender, and I like all green plants. I love the color green.
Like the chair. Like the chair behind.
What is it like to perform after a 1 year and 8 month break? It was very strange. I was very nervous of that my body had forgotten how to do it, how to feel and how to be so free. Because I prefer to be very free when I perform, but freedom is sometimes a thing you have to kind of find in yourself, because it's hard to be really free, especially in this world that kind of demands you to be not so free all the time. And I was afraid that my voice wouldn't make it all the way, but it went okay. I got a lot of energy from my beautiful weirdos and warriors in the crowd today, which helps a lot. But it was strange, yeah. But it was nice. The body remembers more than the head, apparently. So I'm very happy about that. Who or what are your main influences? What influences do you feel go unnoticed? Oh. Well, obviously, all of you know that I love Mother Earth, and I'm very inspired by nature and the serenity and wisdom, and like all the chaoticness of nature and the brutal. It's so brutal, but also so beautiful and fragile at the same time, like us, kind of. But I'm very inspired by humans as well, by our complexity and our strangeness. And I'm very inspired by, I don't know, all things. I don't know what goes unnoticed. I feel like some warriors, they always see, they always know. So I don't feel, or maybe, yes, a few things may be unnoticed, but I'll let them stay unnoticed a little while more. Have you ever had...
It's amazing how she adds mystery to her. This girl is she's such a good promoter, as well. She, like I said, she does it. She can do anything. She can do it all, and the way she does things, the way she thinks, because she's handling these questions very, very lightly and so on. But I think she can. There's a much deeper sense to her, and I'd be interested in hearing some of her more deeper, complex thoughts, which she obviously can't share on something light like this,
Had a cool wild animal encounter. Yes, I've met wolves. I love them.
Oh yeah.
I've met. Sorry, no, I've met.
She has her own joke going around in her head, Which, that's why. That's it. She said, I think she entertains herself, And she finds herself funny, but she is funny. So, and I understand what she's saying, because a lot of times, it's very easy to sort of like. Say something or do something, and then you find it actually funny, that you're doing such a thing or thinking such a thing or something like that, And I think that's what she enjoys herself in that sense, wild animals, the wolf, I did actually encounter a couple of times. I think wolves are in foxes and a deer, and this is it's like within like a suburb, you know. So you can imagine.
A lot of ravens. I even had a raven pet once, and a
Raven?
pigeon. I've met,
A pigeon.
and big animals in Norway like deer and moose. They're really majestic.
Okay, the pigeon. Okay, she had a pigeon as a pet. So pigeons are okay. Seagulls are bad, but pigeons are okay. All right.
And I've met a lot of people. I think that's the wildest animal I meet the most often.
The most dangerous one, anyway.
What's your favorite song from the upcoming album? I think I love Exhale, Inhale.
Okay. And
That's a
and
song very close to my heart. And also A Little Place Called the Moon. Okay, guys. I'm sorry to tell you, but this beautiful monologue I'm having to you is soon dying out. We are closing in at the end. But I'm going to do one final question for tonight.
She's doing her like she's one of those presenters on the show, showing here's a car, right? Here's
And that is, what do you plan to do for the next Beaver Moon? What is Beaver Moon? Is that a moon?
Full moon?
Oh, a new moon. Okay. Oh, exciting.
A new moon?
My birthday is on that day. Oh, that's a very exciting day to have a birthday on. I hope you'll do something special. Like really think about the fact that you're here. Imagine how rare it is to even exist. What does it even mean? But here we are, all of us doing these strange things. That's very exciting. What do you plan to do? Well, on special days like that, I like to keep all my windows open in my apartment because I feel like there is something magical going on in the air. And I also like to put my favorite jewelries in a box with water in it, and I put them outside and I let them kind of, I don't know if it works, but it feels magical to me to let them kind of soak in the moon magic.
With the water, she puts the jewelry in water.
So I do that. And
then
I guess I often stay up all night and read books because it's very hard to sleep on those nights. You know what I mean. And maybe I'll go make a fire in the woods and dance around it with all of you. Who knows?
Okay.
But
she reads books, and she sounds to me like she, I don't know. There's something because I heard her say, or somebody else say, something about her background in books and things like that. I have no idea what's going on with that, but she obviously loves books. So I wonder if she's ever going to get around to reading mine, or getting through it. Because I don't know, I can see that there can be somewhat of a struggle at first. So I don't know. It's the type of book that maybe you need a little bit of patience at the beginning. Sort of like The Lord of the Rings. I remember the first time I picked it up. Well, not that it's the same quality, I'm just saying in the sense of patience. Because Lord of the Rings, I remember the first time I picked up the book, I put it down because the first 83 pages or something like that was a party that names were being thrown about left, right, and center, and I couldn't keep up with all the names, and it was relatively boring. I was young and I wanted something more exciting than just listening to all this stuff about a party, very lighthearted stuff. And then a friend of mine said, no, stick with it, because it's gonna get much better, And then the second time around, I did, and I found the book, all three books, amazing, really, really well done. Then The Hobbit I read after, actually, that was actually quite good as well, especially the riddles, and yeah. Anyway. That's enough about that. But getting back to this here, she reads books and stuff, and I don't know. She has so many incredible interests, right? And I think I think she inspires people to do a lot of what she does, and her interests as well. She has interest in mythology. She has interest in all types of different books and ideas, and I think she's a good role model, a very good role model overall, as a person, as a human being, as an artist, and as the beautiful mind that she seems to have, So, at least that's my opinion. I don't know.
We should do something that makes us feel alive and that makes us feel like the main character in our own lives. And that makes us feel free and connected to something else than all the weird things the world is forcing us to connect to. That I'm going to do, and I hope you do the same. And until then, my friends, take care and be good to yourself. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
The way she says bye, I think she always feels bad about saying bye, Anyway, she's a sweetheart of a person, and like I said, I think she is a very good role model, for being a human being, And anyway, okay, that's about it. And as Aurora says, be good to yourselves, but just be good to others, and take care. Ciao.